Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? It's nice to have you along. I'm just having a little bit of tea. Then we'll do some yoga, shall we? Some physical yoga. So get yourself comfortable. It's peppermint, actually. I've had too much caffeine probably today, so now I'm going to calm myself down for an afternoon of chill. So hopefully that's where the class is going to go. On the side here, I've got the telly on. In fact, I'm going to turn it off because it's distracting me. I've got the tour. I did have the Tour de France on. I'm very much into my cycling, and I was enjoying watching an amazing cyclist called Mark Cavendish, who you probably know, break the record for the most Tour wins yesterday. So I was stood in this part of my flat yesterday, and I was shouting my head off, jumping up and down like a madman. Because it was very historic, and it was a long time coming. So there you go. It's just me and you now. The telly's off. Hi to you, Irene. Anybody else? Hey, Margaret. Yeah, it's windy here as well. It is windy in good old Leicester, but it's a bit windier in Northumberland. Hey, Jackie. Nice to have you along as well. We're going to start seated, and then I'll go back onto my mat in a little bit. The class today will be just short of 40 minutes, something like that. So I give you an expectation of time. Remember, you can always catch up by going to the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. All the great content's on the YouTube channel, right? And that's the beautiful thing. You can catch up at any point. So find a comfortable seat. I'm on a bolster just here. And I'm going to remain on that good bolster. If you've got some cushions, you don't have a bolster, or if you want to sit in a chair for this part, help yourself. That'd be quite nice. I'm going to shuffle back just a little bit. And I'm going to come with my legs crossed, but you can sit anywhere that you want. That's up to you. And then draw a little bit of length into your spine. How many yoga teachers do you see constantly sipping from their cup? Okay. Relax your shoulders. Maybe close your eyes. Don't have to. You can always keep the gaze nice and soft, and just notice how that feels. And then for these few minutes at the start of the class today, just gently go inside. So that might be just noticing your physical posture. Any aches or strains, or maybe the body feels nice and open. And noticing your breath within your body. How does your breath feel? And we're not trying to kind of knock out all of that external stimulus. So maybe it is the wind that you can hear. Maybe the little creaks. I can hear my flat creaking away. I'm in the roof here, so. And any noises from within the space you find yourself. And then just work out maybe the temperature of the room. How do you feel? How does that feel? Maybe the warmth of your skin. And those sounds, maybe you listen to the sounds a little bit further away. So it could be the sound of the trees. For me, it's the sound of a siren. That's what happens when you live in a city centre. And just let those sounds drift in and drift out. And notice what it's like just to be still for a moment. What does it feel like just to take a little bit of time in our busy days to pay attention, to be present? And I guess that's our yoga practice, right? We don't have to worry about what any of this stuff looks like. We're more concerned about just trying to be here, right now, and that's hard. I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to do. Notice your breath for the final couple of rounds. And then when you're ready, just gently blink your eyes open. If they were closed, that is. Really nice. Beautiful. Now, if you want to move, feel free. I'm going to just drop my legs out. Don't have to be in full camera view, and just maybe drop your legs to either side. Any movements that feel good, lean back into your hands, maybe stretch your legs out. You can stay still if you want. I don't mind. And then come back to a nice seated position, any way that feels good for you. And then we're just going to move a little bit through our shoulders and a little bit through our head. So we'll get into the neck and we'll get into the shoulders. So let's do this first of all, nice and simple. Inhale your head over to the left. And then as you exhale, bring your head over to the right. So you're going to start to notice your breath within your body. Inhaling left. Exhaling to the right. Inhale left. And exhale right. And then you just get into your rhythm that suits you. Notice how that movement feels. Try and relax your shoulder blades. So your spine is long. Shoulders are relaxed as much as they can be. Couple more times either side. Keep the jaw super relaxed, so there's no tension. And the first thing we tend to do is we start to tense through the face and we screw our face up a little bit. Inhale the head back to center. As you exhale, drop your chin down. That can feel quite nice. And then just rock your chin from side to side. So now you get into the back of the neck, maybe behind the ears. Breathe in deeply. I'm going to yawn. You've got a good yawn in you. Have a good yawn as well. And then bring your hand onto your forehead and then push your head all the way back. And then release your hand. Nice. This time, right hand, bring it up, place it on your left ear. So right hand's on the left ear. Then just draw the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Now you're not pulling. I really don't want you to do that. You're just using the weight of the arm just to anchor the head down. You can lift this left arm up and you can float it behind you. You can place it on the floor behind. You can place it on the bolster or the cushions. You can float the arm up, float the arm down. See how that feels. Be gentle here. Just play around with the movement. Take one more round of breath. Nice. And then come back to center. Make sure your head feels all right. Give it a little shake. And then bring your your left hand on your right ear and then just draw the weight down. You might drop the chin down a little. You might lift it up. You can play around. You can bring the right arm behind. You can place it on the floor. You can rotate the palm up. You can rotate the palm down. Breathe deeply. You can keep the eyes closed all the way through these poses. Beautiful. Nice. Take one more round of breath. As you exhale, bring your head back to center. Okay. Do a few circles with the head. This is the final thing we'll do in the head and the neck. We'll work into the shoulders in a moment. Pick a direction, pick a speed, pick a depth. Make sure it's safe. Remember presence more than anything. We're not worried too much about anything else. We're just trying to be in the moment. We're not thinking too far ahead. Come back the other way. Notice if you've lost any of that posture, the spine begins to round a little bit. See if you can draw the length back in. Bring your head all the way back. Exhale. If the eyes are closed, come with the eyes open. Beautiful. Something nice and simple. Hands on the knees. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale the shoulders down. Now there's a tendency here, this happened. Not that you pull a weird face, but you tense up. I see this a lot. People are really concentrating. They're like, oh, am I doing it right? Does this feel good? Relax the face. Inhale up, exhale down. Really drop your shoulder blades. Ten more. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale them down. Little roll, one side, the other, maybe both together, maybe backwards. It's interesting, isn't it? When you kind of see yourself practice, obviously I can see myself. I wish I could see you guys instead of me, but you can kind of see that my shoulders are one's a little bit higher than the other. That's because I've probably injured one of them. I know I've injured one of them. So it's biking injuries. All right, inhale the arms up. And then as you exhale, just twist over towards the right-hand side. Now make the twist generous, so any way that feels good for you. I'm sat on a bolster. I will move in a moment, but as you inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, a little bit more into the twist, so you can kind of look behind you if that feels good. One more round like that. So nice deep inhale. Take a full exhale. Inhale the arms all the way back up. Exhale to the left. And I'm thinking about this left shoulder. I want to roll it back, but I want to keep length in my spine. And I'm thinking about this part of my body as well. So my navel. So I want to twist from there. And I'm not kind of muscling into this. I'm not trying to contort my body into a crazy shape. I'm just finding a twist that feels good. So my right hand supports me. My left hand guides me. My left shoulder rolls back and I twist from my navel. But I've got to be really conscious of my breath here, because as you compress the diaphragm, it gets a little bit harder to breathe. Take one more round of breath. So nice deep inhale. Take a full exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Take a full exhale. Bring the hands onto the knees and just begin to circle the torso just a little bit. So you can do this in loads of different ways. But I guess what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to kind of round the torso. Kind of think about your lower spine. And you can kind of move in a few directions. You can come backwards and forwards. But I guess the general direction is a circle. Doesn't matter which way. But that's the kind of shape we're trying to bring in here. Am I too close to the camera? That's the question. All right. And you might inhale here and you might exhale as you round. Inhale here, exhale as you round. Really beautiful. Maybe come back the other way, just a few rotations. General election today, right? Whoosh. I see nothing. Inhale, come back to center. Take a full exhale. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. Take a full exhale. And then this time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All right, lovely stuff. We're going to do one more breath exercise here. So if you want to move around a little bit, you've been sat in the same position, then please move a little bit. I'm going to lean back, bring my legs out and give myself a little bit of a movement. I don't care really what it looks like. I'm just freeing things up. When you sit for too long in one position, then that's all you think about, isn't it? You're like, ugh, I feel tight in my spine. I feel uncomfortable. Why is this guy sitting for so long? So move around and then feel free to prop yourself back on top of something. All right, so we're going to do something called Sitali breath. Now, Sitali breath is like a breath where you breathe through your tongue. Okay, sounds weird, right? So what you do is you roll your tongue and you breathe through it. So you do this. Now, you'll be amazed that you can draw a lot of air in through your tongue and you can draw a lot of air in for quite a period of time. And then when you exhale through your nose. So you let the breath go. So inhale tongue, exhale nose. Now, if you can't do this because it's genetic and you can't roll your tongue, you can do it through pursed lips. So you can do it this way. You kind of use your lips like a straw. You get the rhythm, right? So through there, some people like to bring their teeth together and go and breathe through their teeth. But I kind of find that a pursed lip or a tongue sticking out a little bit, that's the way to go, because then you can really draw the breath in. Have a little wriggle around. Now, the thing about this is a cooling breath, and it's July, right? And we're having a heat wave. So we need, we're not having a heat wave, are we? It's windy outside. It's not raining. We've got blue sky outside, right? It's better than it was yesterday. So grab a drink if you need to. And I should say, you know, in the summer, when it is the summer, it just doesn't feel like it. When it's hot, this is a beautiful breath because you use the kind of the moisture of your mouth as well. Okay, so sit nice and tall. So you're going to go, or you're going to go, okay. Maybe close the eyes and start your breath pattern. You get to the top, you exhale through your nose. And you want this breath to be really gentle. So you work out your own rhythm. Couple more rounds. Nice. And then just let your breath come back to a beautiful, steady rhythm, and then just check in with your experience. Notice what you're noticing. We're like nearly 20 minutes into the practice, so see if you can tap into an awareness. That's all we're looking for, right? A presence and an awareness. Beautiful. Really nice. If your eyes are closed, come with your eyes open. And now I'm going to move, everyone. I'm going to go back there onto my mat and we're going to do a little bit more yoga together. So if you like to move, go for it. I'm going to move my bolster to one side. And I recommend, by the way, buy a bolster. They're amazing things. Really, really great things to kind of aid your practice. Let's do that one more time. So bring the fingertips forward, drop your knees to either side. And I really feel this in my outer hips. I feel it in the front of my hips. I rode my bike from Lincoln to Worksop last Friday on a kind of off-road route. And then I stopped in Worksop on Friday night. And then I rode my bike back to Leicester on Saturday. Beautiful day on the National Cycle Network through Clumber Park and through Sherwood Forest. So my hips are a little bit tight, tighter than normal. All right, come back to a cross-leg position. Let's do a little bit of side-to-side movement because we can get very tight in the side of our bodies, the side of our hips. And obviously our shoulders, we've already worked there, but let's go a little bit more. So one you're familiar with, we'll do two things. We'll twist and we'll move side to side. So this is the side to side. Left hand down, inhale, right arm, all the way over to the left. So just hold this for a few breaths. Now you can see right middle finger, right outer hip, draw a line between the two, breathe space into the body. Now you don't have to kind of come down onto the forearm. You can just bend into this left arm and just find that space. Breathe here. Now you can be a little bit down. Don't bounce too much, not kind of like in and out, just kind of little movements just to kind of find the breath. And then when you're ready, just come to the other side. That might feel different. You roll the shoulder back a little. Maybe you bend into the elbow, whatever feels good. Find your shape. Now, that idea that there's a full expression of each yoga posture is probably a nonsense. So you kind of find your own individual shape, your own individual expression. Okay, inhale, come back to center. All right, take a full exhale, press the fingertips down into the earth. And now we're going to do that again, but we'll go dynamic. So we'll go with the breath. Going to inhale, right arm to the left, exhale, left arm to the right. Okay, so inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And we're going to go 90 seconds. So pick a kind of a speed that feels good for you. If it's very gentle, if you prefer to kind of come back to that original version we did where we just held it, that's perfect. You don't have to move exactly like me. You're not going to move exactly like me. We all move really differently. Inhale left, exhale right. If you're moving like this, if you're holding the pose on either side, just breathe into it. And then you might want to swap it out in a few breaths' time. So this is energizing, right? This is just bringing that energy into the body. Because I know you're going to pull an all-nighter and watch the election results come in. So you're probably going to need this. I'll probably be in bed by 10. I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night and have a look. Three more either side. Bring the top arm down. Press the fingertips into the earth. Take a deep inhale. Take a full exhale. One more like that. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. And then bring the hands onto the knees. Palms face up. You can bring the thumb and the forefinger together. You know, I like to do that one. That's called Gyan Mudra or Chin Mudra. Create that little energy seal. Lengthen the spine, shoulders relaxed. Breathe. Check in with your awareness. And this is just a little practice to energize us in the afternoon or any time of the day if you're watching it on catch up on YouTube, on the Facebook page. Beautiful, really nice. Swap your legs out if you want. Bring the other shin in front. Readjust. And then twisting movement. So this time, what we're going to do, we're going to bring the right hand on the heart. Inhale, left arm to the left. So that's the movement. Exhale, right arm to the right. Okay, so inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just let your head go with the movement. And find any version of this. You know, if you start this and you're like, that doesn't feel right, then you can find a version within the posture that's going to work for you. So these are more energizing, these movements. And we're going to have plenty of time in about 5 or 6 minutes time to really slow the class down. So don't think like we're going to go like this for the next 15 minutes or so. It's plenty of little dips and nice little furrows that we're going to go into just to let everything go. to relax everything. But for now, maybe 4 more times either side. Bring your enthusiasm, bring your energy. Inhale, come back to center, and then soften your hands on your heart. Take a full exhale. Do that one more time. Deep inhale. Take a full exhale. Beautiful. Nice. All right. Come on to all fours. And then when you arrive on all fours, give your legs a good stretch. So press into the right toes. Maybe move a little side to side. And then press into your left toes. Lengthen that left leg. Maybe move a little side to side. Just free the legs up. And I should say, feel free to pad your knees out. Anything that feels good for you. Spread out through the fingers. Take an inhale, drop your belly down, lift your head, lift your heart. As you exhale, round your spine. So there's your movement. Inhale, exhale. Cat and cow. Feel that lovely flex through your spine. And when you match the movement with breath, inhale as the belly drops, the head and the heart lifts. Exhale as you round strongly into the spine and separate the shoulders. Listen to your breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, knees nice and wide, and then just come back into a child's pose just for a moment. Maybe just drop the hips down and sway the hips a little side to side. We're going to come back here in a moment, but for now, maybe bring the hands down by the feet. As long as the head feels okay, you can always have the hands out in front, your choice. Take a few nourishing breaths. Breathe very deeply into your spine, into the back of your body. Let the hips relax as much as they can. And then when you're ready, bring your hands forward, spread out through your fingers, and then come back to all fours. All right, people, we're doing good here. So we're going to do a little bit of balancing. And then once we've done the balance, we get used to the shape. Then we're going to do another dynamic posture where we'll come in and out of the pose. So you've got choices here. The first choice is stay where you are and move through cat and cow like we did. The second choice is to stretch the right leg back. Okay? So you keep the right leg in line with the hip, nice and straight if you can. And then maybe sweep the left arm forward. So right leg back, left arm forward. Not right leg, right arm. That's impossible. Okay, breathe it out here. Lengthen through the left arm, lengthen through the right leg. Find your stability. Think about your navel. Maybe just gaze down to the top edge of your mat. Nice deep inhale. Take a full exhale, bring everything down. Realign your hips. And then left leg back. Nice. Maybe right arm forward. Breathe it out here. This is called bird dog or sunbird. It's got a good name, right? Take one more round of breath. And then as you exhale, come back to center. From all fours, do some really big hip circles. So circle your hips out a few times in one direction. Just draw your circles and then come back the other way. Oh, my knees are cracking. And then come back to center. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to move dynamically. So what you're going to do is you're going to inhale, right leg back, left arm forward. Okay. And then as you exhale, you bring everything back down. You're going to inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to bring everything down. So remember, the inhale is when you lift, the exhale is when you come back down. And you might move very slowly. Now, if it's not for you, go into child's pose and chill out. Have a really good time now. I'll give you permission. Otherwise, let's move just for a few rounds of breath. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Bring it down. Exhale. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, bring it down. So there's your pattern. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So you feel a little bit wobbly, find that gaze just at the top of your mat or just down out in front of you. Try not to move your body around, your head around. Just find this nice freeing movement. A couple more either side. Bring everything down and then just settle into that child's pose. This time, 2 minutes. So loads of time. Now, if you want to place a cushion under your head or a blanket under your body, whatever works for you, settle everything down. Breathe super deep here. And sometimes we come into child's pose and it feels a little restricted. So give yourself time to settle. Let the breath be deep and nourishing. Just take 3 more rounds of breath. And when you're ready, very slowly, just walk your hands back. Make sure your head is supported. Press into your hands. Very slowly come all the way up to sit. And then bring the hands. Take a couple of breaths. If this feels too much, then you can come to cross-leg position. Won't be here for long. Beautiful. Really nice. And then let's come onto our back. So very gently. Come to lie down on your back. Do that any way that feels good. Maybe with the help of the hands, support yourself to lie down. And then quite intuitively, just hug your knees in towards your belly. And see if you can really lengthen your tailbone down into your mat. And then bring your hand onto your knees if you can, or the backs of your legs. It's your choice. And then just draw some big circles with your knees. Kind of massage out your sacrum area, that kind of lower part of your spine. And then come back the other way. Beautiful. And then from here, just separate your knees wide. So bring your hands onto your outer knees. Kind of like a little bit like a half happy baby, but don't lift the feet. Just keep the feet nice and relaxed. And again, then maybe just rock from side to side. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. They'll be on the floor. And we're coming to half butterfly pose. So feet together or reclined butterfly. And then you might bring some blocks. You know, if you've got like, if you work with blocks, I should say, you know, you've got yoga blocks or bricks, blocks, place them under the hips here. Or anything you want to place under the hips if you've got something that you work with. Otherwise, just like myself, let the knees just drift down towards the floor. Try not to hold any tension in your inner hips. Breathe it out. Loads of room to breathe into your torso. So kind of use the fullness of your breath.
from here, really gently bring the hands onto the outer thighs, and then encourage the knees back together, hug the knees back in towards your belly. Really beautiful. Bring your forehead up towards your knees, squeeze everything in. And then from here, soles of the feet down, just a quick twist, arms in line with the shoulders, drop your knees over towards the right hand side. Nice and wide with the feet if you can, or just walk the feet in towards each other, your choice. Maybe turn the gaze to the left, knees to the right, shoulders relaxed. Find a twist that works for you. When you're ready, inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Maybe look down your right arm. Create the space that's needed, that you crave. Maybe let the breath go. Inhale, bring the legs all the way back to center. Maybe one final hug of your knees in towards your belly. And then set yourself up in a Shavasana. So our final position, we're looking for stillness. You can stay here with the feet on the floor, knees bent. This is perfect. Maybe the knees touch, feet are wide. This is constructive rest version. Maybe the legs are long and the feet fall open. Just a couple of minutes. Just settle yourself down. Maybe close your eyes. Let go of your breath. Just find your body breathing itself and see if you can commit to just a couple of minutes of stillness. And then from here, just very gently, slowly begin to bring some very small movements back into your body, fingers and the toes and maybe the ankles and the wrists. And you might give your body a good stretch out. You clasp the hands, push the hands up towards the ceiling. Oh, maybe a big yawn, maybe a big stretch, like you're waking up for the second time today. Beautiful. Bend the knees back in, hug the knees, roll to one side or just roll all the way up, and then press yourself up to a seated position. I'll just come forward towards the camera just a little bit. Beautiful work, everybody. All right, let's bring our hands to our hearts. Notice the effects of your practice, and ultimately thank yourself for showing up, right? For getting onto your mat. That's the most important thing. With that in mind, wish yourself well, wish everybody else well, up and down the country. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. I really enjoyed that. Hopefully you got something from it. Next week and the week after, I will not be here, but Carolina, I think she's doing a sound bath tomorrow. On the virtual village hall. She'll be doing yoga for me. She also teaches at Space to Breathe in Leicester, where I am, and she's going to be covering my classes. So support Carolina. Carolina is about 4 months pregnant, I think now, 5 months pregnant maybe. So it'll be nice and chill. And she'll probably bring a little sound element into the classes as well. So that'll be the next couple of weeks. And I'll see you when I get back that third week in July. So look after yourselves, guys. Really lovely to have you along. And I'll see you in a few weeks. Take care now. Bye.